Casinos are stunning. They're designed that way, and being stunned wears off. It used to be that we were all excited about physical, real machines. Some of us still are, but it can be hard to find them now, right? There are just so many video slot machines. Have you noticed there are older video slot machines with terrible small screens and poor resolution? You wouldn't have that as a TV in your home. And that's some of the latest casinos, like here, let me show you. Uh, like Legends Bay in Sparks, Nevada, has a 15-foot high screens. You can see them, some of them here. So yes, there's a wraparound Buffalo four Buffalo machines, two on each side. There's a Wonka machine in the back here, a little bit further back, and then others like a Super Dragon, and it's just huge curved presentation, 15 feet tall. And then the more usual ones you can see in the background there are not quite so much, but that is the sort of thing that we're seeing now from casinos when they are just so stunning. I should find another an acronym. Another word for stunned. I've gotten a few questions lately about how well a casino is designed. Not just the main floor or the high limit room, but more than that. It's about casino landmarks, like where the buffet is located. What do patrons see when they're riding down an escalator or walking up down the stairs from the second level, if there is one? So, and that would be something like this. I will make myself small here so you can see this. So this is Atlantis Casino. And you can, if you were to have this on a big screen, you can see all the details. It doesn't show the slot machines. The empty places are the slot machines. But this is all the different things that are going on there. And it's a little unusual. I was offering a tour at this casino and had some great conversations about where is the restaurant, where is the cafe, where is this, where is that, why is it where it is? But the answer is everything is chosen to be the way that it is. You should look in your casino to see if they have a display like this, or as I'll show you in a moment, some casinos have it available online in an incredible detail, which I hope yours has. It might be like this, where it doesn't show the slot machines, just the landmarks as they were. So everything is chosen to be that the way that it is, and of course it is. But did you know what the intent of a casino is? Think about that for a moment. And while you consider that, think about the last time you were outside of your casino. Have you really looked at it? I'm talking about the structure of the building. Today, we won't even discuss if the casino can be seen from an expressway. And I'm going to show you, this is WinStar. And so if you looked at it, you can't see all of it because it's the biggest casino in the world. But have you looked at it? Have you thought about the structure of your casino? No, I don't mean how the building is, I mean how the building is laid out. Was it built over time with one addition at a time? Except for Nevada and New Jersey, most states have only had casinos since 1990 at most. That's 33 years ago, which means most of them have been renovated because of the normal wear and tear of businesses that are open 24/7. My point here is that casino environments are worked on. A lot of effort goes into planning. Let me show that a little larger here. A lot of effort goes into updating them, and almost as much effort goes into not inconveniencing you so that you may not have noticed. If you've ever not visited a casino for even a year, then go back, you'll notice this. You'll see lots of things, new things, which will help you learn your casino well. At Atlantis Casino in Reno, the casino floor is limited in the sense it's basically three towers. It consists of three towers built years apart. The lowermost tower and another one was put next to it, which was higher, and another one was put next to that, which was higher. Over on the right side of the screen here is, excuse me, on the left side of the screen here is the first tower, and I got to tell you, there's leaking going on in the ceiling. They fix it. Another one starts up. It's actually, if you're into building facilities, it's actually a really hard thing to figure out where the water's coming from because it follows this long path until the point where it drips out onto the floor. So, sorry, I know a little bit about facilities design. So, you'll see a lot of things. This casino floor has three additions. And it's really not an open plan. It's kind of modular. The casino has escalators, stairways, hallways, ramps, steps, restaurants, and restrooms, which cannot be moved. Slot machine rows and carousels must be located around these immovable landmarks, which I think is just great. We could take advantage of that. If your casino is new, not located near downtown in a fairly large city, the casino floor is likely wide open. If it was built in stages, it's likely modular. And here's an example of that. We can go to the website, but this is available at WinStar. Let's see here. Bring that up for you. Yeah. And share that with you. So this is winstar.com, their website. Up here on the corner is casino map. You can see my mouse there. And if you click on that, you will get this map. Now, there's a game finder and all the other features that I think are great about this. I wish more people did it, more casinos did it. But we can go in, we can zoom in to a certain level, and we can kind of drag things around a little bit. And you can see each individual row and carousel. But my point here today is, and I've shown you this in the past, but my point here today is that they built, I think it was, they built from this end, from over on this side. They built from London to Madrid to Rome. They may have built more than one at a time when they first opened, and Beijing, Paris. Then they turn the corner. I'm not sure what's over in the field over here on the left, but then it goes down to Vienna. And let's see what's next. And more. So this is WinStar, and Cairo is next. Yep. And then New York, and then Rio, which is a little smaller. Maybe they're saving money on that one. But where's going to be the next one? What shape are they drawing here? Is it going to curve back around so that you have this long walk that you can go through? I've been there. It's just like, it's too much. But that sort of thing is what we are looking for here. What we want to understand about it being just stunning. And if it's not stunning now, then they have a problem and they need to fix it. And that means doing something. Often built in stages. If you're at Nashville in Texas, they had kind of like a structure, and they added another one to it, another one to it, another one. If you've been to Foxwoods in Connecticut, there's I think when I was there, it was 7 casinos. I think they're up to 11 now, and they just add more. And it's very open between one another. It's not like you're walking through a glass tube on the 3rd floor to get from one to the other. It's very open, and you don't even realize you're moving from one casino to the next. There's on this map of WinStar, you can see how they proceeded. I think the RV park was the most recent addition based on when I visited there in December, but construction is constant because they state they are the biggest casino in the world. WinStar has to maintain that status. About an hour away is Choctaw Durant, which is competing with them to be the largest casino in the world, and often is until WinStar's next expansion project is completed. They kind of got themselves in a bind by having the marketing of saying they're the largest casino in the world. They didn't know anybody was going to challenge them on that, I guess. But since and it's all good for us. I mean, again, this is what's happening, and we benefit from it. Since casinos recovered from the pandemic, which they all closed for 1, 2, or even 3 months, they've been very busy getting caught up, and I don't see them stopping anytime soon. Is your casino? Was there a kitty sighting? Yep, I think Emil climbed up there. Uh, uh, you know, is your casino being renovated? With the understanding that if it isn't, then that just means not yet. Change is a constant, so keep an eye on them. When you notice changes, understand you're only seeing the surface of the change. Behind the scenes, they're improving their Casino Central Server algorithm, the software they get from the slot machine manufacturer. It also makes the central servers, and also third-party vendors that say, hey, you want to add this feature to it, we build a patch or a software addition to it. There's this whole industry behind slot machine Casino Central servers. And slot machine manufacturers are providing what exactly? They do make the slot machines, and so what are they providing? It's been a year, so it's been a year already. So knowing that they've been providing a lot more bonuses, well, that's old news. What are they doing lately? I've noticed some machines with the ability to buy bonus rounds, guaranteed, sometimes guaranteed, but not at a profit. A profit is not guaranteed, just the bonus round, because people want that bonus so badly, so they offer it. In the comments, please let me know what new features you are seeing. What are you being stunned by? And then, well, let's talk about how to take advantage of it to win at slots, because this channel is about taking advantage of our casinos. If you're new to my content, um, if you're new to my content, enjoy it. It's free. All 1,000 videos, approaching 400 hours of content. That's for you. I don't hold anything back. If anything, I offer far too much. When I had 30 videos, people could watch all of it, and I'm like, good, okay, let me make another 30 and 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 another. And so I offer online courses now. Both my fundamental slots course, 30 Days to Play Slots Smarter and Win, and you can see the email, the URL there. But also, as of this year, my advanced 6-week group coaching Slots Labs experience. That course only has 20 participants. I limit registration so that everybody gets plenty of attention, and that means 20 people only. I offer these courses for your convenience. If you go to professorslots.com, just to show you how to get to it, if you go to professorslots.com, you can see here it says courses, sign in. If you go there, you'll find my courses, and come on, you can do it. There it is. Okay. And this is my 30 days course, which you get free with Slots Labs, and my 7 gambling records secrets you get free with Slots Labs, and my comps record keeping actually is free for everybody. And so if you go into Slots Labs here, you will see the course. And so it begins the week of September 10th. That's 14 days from tomorrow morning. The Zoom meeting right now is for 9 p.m. on Wednesday, starting on Wednesday, September 13th. There's a second Zoom meeting, but I determine when that will take place based on survey results of people who have signed up to find the time that works for them if Wednesday, September 13th at 9 p.m. Eastern doesn't work now for them. Now, it is something that is only available for 20 people. There's some descriptions here. There's the video. The course, you can either do the 1 month, the one payment, or the 3 monthly payments. I wanted to show you both of those. These are some of the things you get. You can, if you were to sign in, not purchase, a bunch of content here is giving you descriptions, videos about what's my main goal for you, the course overview, how to get the best results, all of that, which you can get free. Again, I'm all about free, but if you want convenience, then and you have an urgent need because you have trips coming up to casinos, then convenience, it costs me extra, and therefore I pass it on to you. Okay, and then there's bonus content and a warning about how much time it's going to take. It is something that takes time, and I want you to be aware of that. So yes, you can find that at professorslots.com/SL and go take a look. Right. So the next Slots Lab starts 2 weeks from tomorrow. Each of the 6 weeks has a different main topic. It includes a video lesson and a homework assignment. But I found the best thing to do is to have additional assignments focused on leaving with your winnings each week, and a focus on winning progressive jackpots each week at your favorite slot machines. What? How do you win progressive jackpots? Well, everyone knows about the external must-hit buy labels, right? Can you see that? This top one is a low limit machine. The bottom one is definitely a high limit machine, and you can see some of the must win before. So if it gets to that number, then it will hit. Not luck, it's a setting. If you go over $10,000 on this number, on this major, you will win it. That's not luck. It crosses the line. It's the finish line. And it's same with this, but there are others, and your casino has quite a few of them. There might be 2,000 slot machines at Atlantis Reno. About 16 of them are in, is it 14 or 16? 16 of them are available with external must-hit buy, and then, as I call it, labeled on the outside, and 5 of them are in the high limit room. But that's just the beginning of the Slots Labs experience. If you visit Kashada website, which we should do here, and I'll make myself small again. If you go to Kashada, if you go under, it's a casino in Louisiana. If you go under slot machines, and you'll find it's a little bit of a workaround. You have to sort of dig for it, but you will see the hand pays. The most recent hand pay was today, and that's Eastern time, so about 8 hours ago. And so they update this a couple times a day. And so if you click on this is HD, stands for high limit room. And if you click on it, it will tell you where it is at that casino. Okay. So I've kind of gone over some of this before. You should be copying this and putting it into a spreadsheet yourself. It is only the last 31 days. It is only the last month. And so, with 32 days ago, it dropped off today because that was over a month ago, and they do that every day. But I've been collecting these with help for over a year, 15 months actually. And this is one analysis that is being performed with that data. So this is Gold Revolution. There's actually 2 types of Gold Revolution in Kashada. One of them is a low limit machine where it's a multi-denomination machine where the lowest denomination is 1 cent. And then there is this is all going back to Louisiana state gaming regulations and compact requirements. But there's also a second version, which is a high limit machine where the minimum denomination on that high limit machine is 10 cents. So there's data, there's 400 and I think it's 39 hand pays. in the last 15 months. And we can work out which ones. These are not all the line hits. This is just the progressive jackpots. I've removed about 2/3 of my $10,000 hand pays are again, the Slots Labs experience is throwing you in the deep end. It's the advanced course. I'm talking as though this is of interest to you, and yeah, this is data, and we're using it to analyze how to win progressives on Gold Revolution anywhere. Anywhere. What does that mean? Well, slot machine manufacturers recommend to casinos what internal must hit by. Did I show you internal? So there are internal must hit by in the game rules on some machines, and I go over a whole bunch of them, which have it, popular machines, and Super Dragon being one of them. But there's, if you're looking at just the last month of data, and you don't, I give you the 15 months, but only in Slots Labs. And then you start saying, well, I have 8 hand pays on the machine. I wish I had 439 like we had in the previous one. And so, this is the value of having 15 months worth of data. So that is what I wanted to show you. It is available in Slots Labs. You should be downloading the Kashada data now and analyzing it to your heart's content. But I don't just give away 15 months of Kashada data. If you want that and the analysis of it for your favorite slot machines, you need to sign up for Slots Labs. It starts the week of September 10th with the first Zoom meeting on Wednesday on September 13th. Okay, so let me come back to your questions, and let's take a look at some of the comments. I want to thank so much. Yeah, Barbara's got some exciting news. I'll get to it in just a second. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Magpie, for your super chat. It is, she says, good morning, Slots community. Good morning, Margaret. And also I want to thank Chuck for his donation of $20 as well. And it's relatively cool in St. Louis, 78 degrees. Yeah, it's about that here in Reno as well. A nice little change. And I think there is also Larry. Thank you, Larry, for your $15 donation. And I believe there is one more. Barbara. Barbara has made a $50 donation. She has signed up for the next Slots Labs. And thank you for the donation, Barbara, the $50 donation. I know you got your first hand pay. And you can't see can't see the symbols that are in the live chat, but it's like number 1. So congratulations on that. Hand pay. I know you've been looking forward to it for a while now. Well done. Well done. And so let's start going through the questions here. And let's see if I don't want to miss the first one. And also I wanted to thank my moderators that are here, including Slots of Fun, who I just call Fun. And as he says, as they say, let's have fun learning, sharing, and winning. Absolutely. Mary Ellen is from Rhode Island. Welcome, Mary Ellen. You're a regular, I know. This is my journey. Your slots journey is it says hello to everybody. Right. So question from Noel, for tough love, can I evaluate at minimum bet rather than my planned bet? $5 doesn't matter. Okay, so for everybody, I have my tough love approach, which is basically staying longer than 5 spins on a machine. How much longer? What's that all about? And my tough love approach is you make a tough love decision after 20 bets. You make 20 bets and you say, does it love me or does it not love me? Not will it love me in the future, but is it already loving me? So you make the tough love decision, to be blunt about it. and then if the answer is yes, if you're feeling the love, then you go on to 50 bets total, which would be another 30 to have 50 total bets. And then you make the tough love decision again. Is it loving me or is it not loving me? In which case, if it is not, you walk away, tough love. And if you stay, it's because you're winning. And then you go to another 50 bets for 100 total bets, and you make the same tough love decision. And after that, you're kind of on your own. So that's the tough love approach. And Noel's, that's kind of taken out of context. Noel's question has to do with, okay, so I'm going to assume that you did the 5-spin approach. You won a significant amount of money, surprising amount of money, and you're like, I should stay. And what? And so when I find a machine with my assessment tool, the 5-spin assessment tool, because it's assessing slot machines for me, I like to switch over from the 5-spin method to the tough love if it paid out well, just to see if it was just luck or if I'm up to something next, if it's going to be continuously giving me winnings. And so what I like to do is not change anything. Because if you change denomination, if you change the credits bet, then you could be changing why you won. So I like to do the tough love approach, and I've done this where I've gone around using the 5-spin method on a bunch of different machines. At Hollywood Lawrenceburg, I found machines that I'm selecting, and this is where the advanced stuff comes in. I don't talk about too much of combining strategies, just one combination in 30 Days to Play Slot Smarter and Win, but I talk about all combinations in Slots Labs. And one of those things you can do is don't just go around using the 5-spin method on any machine at the casino. Pick only the highly visible ones so that you can find out which of those has been set to win if your state allows it. So and if you want to do it at 5 o'clock in the morning for other reasons, you start combining these strategies. So I like to not change anything, see if that machine is winning. I went around Hollywood Lawrenceburg and I found a machine like that. I played it for an hour where I was winning constantly. And then after an hour, for another half hour, I changed the bet from the minimum bet, 90-cent bet, to $2.70 bets. And I did not make money for the next half hour, but I cycled my bankroll. I broke even for half an hour, $2.70, $2.70, $2.70. And that was great. I certainly made a lot of points on my Caesar's rewards. That was if you like that sort of thing, then why would you ever stop? But then, and if you're making money, it takes longer to make more points when you're minimum bets. But nevertheless, if you're making money, it sort of compensates you. If you want to make money, it depends on your goals. As I talk about my fundamentals course, what's your goal? And people say, of course it's money. And so many people have said that to me, and I'm like, beg to differ. People just think it's money. They go in to have a good time, or they go in for comps. The third most common goal is to win money. I mean, they don't turn it away, but they're not there to win. I mean, if they were, they would be like securing how they get out with their money. So there's ways you can tell when I have consultations, when I meet people at casinos and give them tours, I ask about this. How good are you at leaving? And so I was and then because it was a winning machine, I went up to $4.50 bets for another half an hour, and I continued to win, but I was losing money. I was winning just as often, but I wasn't winning 5 times as much as I was when I was minimum betting. And so you can begin to see some of the things that are going on. I recommend for you is to not change anything from the 5-spin method to the tough love method. And then if you get those 20 wins in and you're like, this is great, you have to ask yourself, is this enough money to continue with, where you might be making a lot of points and you might be getting tier points, making points and a little bit of money, or do you want to maybe risk it by switching to bigger bets? Yeah. And please don't just say, oh, of course I want to go to bigger bets because that's better odds. What? that's a perpetual myth. We might be looking. Looks like I have a question coming up that might take us to the Nevada returns, and I'll just show you. It's just a myth. People, are being told what they want to believe. And let's see here. One of the things that's happening lately is I've gone back to improving on my channel. I'm getting 600 new subscribers a month this last month, and previously it had been 200, 300, 400. A year and a half ago, it was 2,500 per month. But it's just one of the things that's happening is I'm getting a lot more people who are I don't think they're people. I think they're robots. Creating a YouTube channel today. Please, this is more of a message to my moderators. Please be aware that there's going to be people who show up that are obviously, I don't know what they're talking about. And so, Ryan, what's your opinion on Baccarat? That's a table game. This is a slots channel. I don't have one. If you look at that's the question that I was seeing here. Let me bring up let's see here. If I bring up Nevada, I'm going to go to professorslots.com/ and then put in the two letters postal designation for Nevada. You can put in any U.S. state, territory, or federal district, and you will find its slots article with basically the same structure. Nevada's got a lot of casinos, and so if we go to, but I don't want to go to the casinos. I tried to keep these up to date, but every month they change. So I basically systematically go back and check to see if they've changed names. MGM bought 7 Las Vegas Strip casinos last year. And so under the theoretical payout and return sections in Nevada, there's a gaming revenue information link, which will take us directly to the gaming board to the stats. The most recent available is June. If we go to that page, we can go to, and this is a long article, there's different sections. They mostly go by county. If it's a busy county like Clark County, then they have separate pages for downtown Las Vegas. And then for downtown Las Vegas, they have separate pages for how much revenue does the casino make. And so we'll just go to all locations for the statewide. And I've done some analysis on this, which is available and we've talked about before. But what I want to show you is that this is, I'm trying to show you kind of what's going on here. Let me change that so that I'm down here in the corner. Nope. How about that? Yes, that's better. So we are looking at what's going on here is, let me move these things around so I can, all state locations, statewide. We have 12 months over here. So that's the average for the last 12 months. This is the average for the last 3 months. And everything that's further down here. And then this is the current month. And now we also have Let me share this. So for this current month, we have table games. This is how it's structured. Down here is slot machines for this current month. And then below all this, further down is sports betting. So if you look at slot machines, you can see a win percent here of less than 10%. As usual, it's actually doing pretty good for the 3-month average was 9.7 casino hold percent, but 9.38 for penny machines, which are traditionally the worst. And you can see that these do not improve with odds as you climb. They dip and then increase and increase and increase, and then they dip and then they increase, and then they increase again. So this is typical for statewide. It is not higher is better odds. It's just a misunderstanding. But if we look over here for table games, there's actually Baccarat and mini Baccarat, which I'm a little surprised, Ryan, that you didn't ask about one of those, because there is a significant difference on the win percent. Remember, this is casino hold percent, and so it's holding more for Baccarat than it is for mini Baccarat, both of which are worse odds than penny machines. And penny machines are the worst odds of all denominations. But, this is statewide for Nevada, which has 259 locations with table games statewide, and 5,026 total game tables. And for Baccarat, it has 377 in the state, 117 mini Baccarat in the state. And you can see some of these numbers. So that's basically what I wanted to show you there. Again, I am not into table games, and so that's my opinion on Baccarat. Just look, it's not my opinion. It's state data. Yeah. Shaughnessy, welcome. Mary Ellen, kitty sighting, awesome. Can I show you where he's at now? Up there, you can just make out where. Let me see if I can knock over my computer. There we go. There he is, sleeping on the top shelf. I'm getting them trained to be in view for you lately, but apparently the top shelf is wrong. And let's see. On 8/22 on the Miles to Memories blog. So you're saying video blog? There was a discussion of the 5-spin method. Yeah, it's if they know what's good for them, they talk about popular things. So there's plenty of video YouTube channels out there that just look around for the most popular thing and talk about it. And one of the things with my getting more and more popular and this method getting more and more popular, I'm over 1 million views and 5 million for the channel. They will then start pointing up because they want to ride on the coattails. Yeah, I've as my moderator Fun knows, who has his own slots channel in North Carolina. As they very well know, married couple, as they very well know, sometimes they explain the 5-spin method, and I don't know what they're talking about. There's maybe a 5 in there, and I guess something's spinning, and they're talking about a method, but it's like, what are you even talking about? I hope that they explained it well. Otherwise, and I hope that they referenced me, because that's just courteous. But I'm not expecting that. So Larry has a question. Labor Day is coming. You beat me. It is, yes, coming. And I was going to mention, don't forget, Labor Day is coming. which day would be the best time to visit the casino, early Sunday, early Monday, or early Tuesday. All this depends on your casino. And one of the things you can do, and I hope it's not too far from you so you can do a quick check, is just walk in and see if anybody's winning. I mean, there's going to be a crowd. And if nobody's winning, step away, because they're making money. When you hear sounds of winning going on, then that's when you want to play. Now, if you want a strategy, besides that, if you want other strategies besides the casino observation strategy of if other people are winning, then that's when you play. If nobody else is winning, why would you expect that you would? Are you special? No, you want to play when other people are winning. And so that's what you look at. Now, if you find out early Sunday, early Monday, or early Tuesday is a fine time to win there, please, please, please make a note that you will find in 1 year. Or just ask this question again and I'll remember what you said. Maybe. And so make a note. Did you make notes last Labor Day? When was a good time to visit? Or at least when wasn't a good time to visit, and so you don't go then and you try to find other times? Yeah, notes are great. We talk about note taking in Slots Labs. Monday is technically the holiday, so Tuesday morning is likely to be the best time to go, or at least a good time to go between 4 and 6:30 in the morning. For another strategy, which has to do with common accounting practices at casinos. But if Sunday night was busy, then Monday morning. And if Saturday night was busy, the next morning. Labor Day weekend is multiple days of possible goodness. And coming in the morning after a busy night, and there's just like 4 of them in a row, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, then you go in early the next morning and see which one is best. Yeah. And because they're back to back and we don't have to wait a long time for the next day because it's the next day, go in Saturday morning, look around, and don't spend a dime. See if other people are winning when there's hardly anybody there at 4 o'clock in the morning. Anytime between 4 and 6:30 when there's a cutoff. And if you do that, not spending any money, if you see big wins, unexpectedly big wins, then you know to come back on the next morning, on Sunday morning, on Monday morning, on Tuesday morning. Because without spending money, by just taking the time to be there early in the morning, you can see if it's going to work for you the next day. This is having a plan. Yeah. Question from Magpie. When a carousel of machines is the central server set for a jackpot to hit on a specific machine or possibly set on a denomination amount bet among those machines? So how random number statistics work is they don't set machines to, have this number at that time. They set the setting to be likely to win on a smaller number around that time. And so, and then they change it when enough people have won. So it from the outside, it's like, I always win at this machine at this time, on that machine, which is a carousel of them on that denomination for this amount. I'm always winning. Is it me? Do they know me? That's the paranoia. We're gamblers. We're paranoid. And it's a way to do that statistically, which really results in you thinking that. And so your question is, when a carousel machine does a central server set for a jackpot to hit on a specific mean or possibly set on a denomination jackpot bet among those machines? The answer is yes. Yes, but not. I quibble over the specific machine, and you didn't say specific jackpot, and that's what I'm quibbling over. It could be anything that is on a highly visible machine and their choice. And it's not going to be like, oh, Magpie just sat down. Let's turn it up or turn it down. It's systematic. They set it up a week ago because they know perfectly well what Labor Day weekend is like at their casino. They've certainly put the effort into analyzing all past Labor Days at that casino, and so they know what to do, and it's already set up to go a week before Labor Day. Yeah. It does look like that, though. And so I think you have the same question, but maybe with the carousel machines, and this is a central server set for a jackpot to hit on a specific machine or possibly set by a denomination amount bet among those machines. Okay, so I'll break this down a little. Thank you for the clarity. I'll break this down a little bit further. Not a specific jackpot, but that the odds are better. And not just a carousel machines, but highly visible machines. Otherwise, it's no point for the casino to set it to win without other people seeing it. Then, so it can be possibly set by a denomination amount. Well, we already just looked at how the denominations are different, have different odds. It's just not the better is higher is better sequence. So denominations are better, depending. The one denomination or the other is better. One of them is better than the others. But all I can tell you, I know where your casinos you're going to, so I could be more specific. But for everybody else, all I can tell everybody else is not penny machines, not the penny denomination, because that's worse everywhere. So if you can afford it, go to 2 cent. You just have better results. Yeah. Now, is 2 cents better than 5 cents, or is 5 cents better than 10 cents on a multi-denomination machine, which has 1, 2, 5, and 10 cents? Well, 1 is worse everywhere. But is 2 or 5 or 10? Well, all I can say, it's better than 1 penny, and that's probably what you've been doing. So that's an improvement right there. But maybe cycle through the 2, 5, 10 denominations with the 5-spin method. Do 5 spin each, and it should be really obvious which one has the better odds. If it isn't really obvious, go to the next multi-denomination machine. Absolutely, ACDC for life, exclamation point. I appreciate your username. Don't get stuck on one machine. Keep moving. Absolutely. That's why they say keep moving. Yeah. Unless you're on a winning machine. Then you have to learn how to assess it. When did it stop being a winning machine? Maybe on the hour, maybe quarter two, and learn your casino well. So Slots of Fun is saying to ACDC, one method we have been successful with. I think he's talking about tough love, no pay, don't stay, or could be talking about 5-spin method. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely, Johnny. Absolutely. And Pinta Black thought about my question. What new features is he seeing? I've noticed more new machines have choice of denomination changeability in California. I also noticed they obviously and consistently give away more close call teases. Yeah, that's one of the things you may have noticed in my 5-spin demonstration videos is I'm looking at this. You know, I do the 5-spin demo. I go home and I edit it to add titles across the bottom and fix the sound and have a commentary of what's happened. And I'm noticing all kinds of things when I look at the recording closely. And one of the things I'm seeing when I don't get a taste is that I got 2 out of the 3 necessary symbols that would have started a bonus round on new machines. So that thrill, non-monetary thrill, I'm starting to notice was my taste. That's what I got. The taste used to be money. And I'm seeing more and more the taste is, whoa, wasn't that a close one? When, we know it never was a close one. And the decision was made when you made the bet. It just presented itself in a interesting way. Yeah. Yep. One machine and the whole casino ringing. Yep. I usually find up to about 3 machines that are winners in a casino, but there are times when it's 0. And it really does depend on the casino budget. Yeah. Thank you for another moderator, Paula, for being here. Better late than never. And I guess Fun is asking me the question: your timing, casino marketing, manipulation, better wins. Yeah, it's basically an equation. You have to ask yourself, how important is your timing to get better wins? How important is the casino marketing to get better wins? How important is manipulation to get better wins? And so it's not like 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. It's not equal. At your casino, you need to learn your casino to understand how important is timing. How important is casino marketing? Say they have a promotion where they're giving away a car. Is that just never the time to go, or is it an opportunity to listen for machines that are winning, and then you can? But then have you listened? Have you gone to the casino? A lot of you are new, and I appreciate that. You walk through a casino and listen. If people are winning, you're like, oh, people are winning. And then if you keep listening, nobody left. But now on the hour, on the quarter hour, on the half hour, nobody's winning anymore. What is that? That's adjusting the odds, which is perfectly legal. No matter what some people will say, it is in the gaming rules. I've had people come back to me and just, say stuff, and I'm like, that's not what the law says. I mean, we can go right there, and it's just, I don't know, people looking for views, I guess, which I appreciate, people wanting to pay rent, I guess, but if you are actually kind and not pretending to be kind, there is a difference, and people can tell. Oh yeah. It's a moneymaker. Teasing patrons playing slots makes them want to. It doesn't make them. It influences them to chase. I have a past live stream where I talk about brain chemistry. This chemical does this. This chemical does that. If you want to reduce the influence of the casino on you, to reduce its ability to stun you, maybe wear hearing protection. Maybe sunglasses, so there's not as many bright lights shining into your face. Just reduce the sensory overload. We go into this in detail in Slots Labs. Yeah. Let's see. Question from, I think, Cindy. A couple of comments. Comment away. A woman won $421,000 on a 9. So if actually it was not 421, it was 421, 511 and 79 cents, something like that. And yeah, it was a 9 reel machine. She was making $9 bets. I know somebody who was there and saw it, although they did not send me a picture. I think I have maybe a picture of it. It was Zoltar. If you look at the Kashada data, and I'll share this here. If you look at the Kashada data, $421,476.11 on Zoltar triple jackpot on August 3rd at what is that? That is 10 p.m. 10 o'clock, 19 minutes after in the evening on August 3rd. It's a $1 machine. It is at location BK5904. And one of the things we're missing here is because it's how this works, there's an ID as well. So there's multiple machines there. And so this is how you would determine which of the multiple Zoltars this one was won on. Okay. Yes. And do you have a question? Oh, by the way, this is in my 15 months worth of casino data, that is by far the largest win at Coshada. I've been to Coshada. I've seen grands that are over $1 million. And in 15 months, nobody has won any of them. Unless it was wide area and somebody won at a different casino, not at Coshada. And I'm talking to you like an advanced student. Hope that makes sense. There it is. And a fan pointed that out to me. Is this progressive linked to other progressive jackpots in Louisiana, other states, including Vegas? No. The reason is every state has its own gambling regulations, and going across state lines is just hard. So when they talk about wide area progressives, WAP progressives, they're talking about within the state. The networks on progressives, they can be standalone, they can be in the row or carousel, they can be within the casino, although that's less usual because slot managers like to connect them when they're nearby, not when they're far apart within a casino. And then there's outside of the casino, but at the same casino operator. So horseshoe in a state. And then there's agreements where the legal agreements where a wide area progressive is at a lot of different casinos like Megabucks in Nevada. They're at a couple hundred casinos, and so that's actually pretty interesting. And again, we go into this in my courses because I think it's interesting. But do you? You need to know, and that's why it's part of the course. That who administers a wide area progressive win in a state? Not one of the casinos, because that's so many different casinos. Slot machine manufacturers do a lot more than sell slot machines. They also sell central servers. They also do stuff with lottery machines at convenience stores. They also provide administration of wide area progressives so that it's a neutral party, sort of. And they run it for all the different casinos. This is becoming less and less popular. As I spoke with a slot manager at Miami Valley Gaming, he was saying the legal liability is becoming terrible. People are not wanting to wait 8 hours because all those casinos have to be told, stop, somebody won it, and you can only make it so automated, for those wins. It's still, humans have to approve it, and when it's at 10:19 at night, who are you going to wake up? And will it take 8 hours? And the winner is like, yeah, I got it, but I had to wait 8 hours. And that's just bad marketing. That's a public relations problem. So even when it goes well, it doesn't always go well. Even when it goes well, the casino kind of gets hurt by it. On the other hand, they market the heck out of it, and they put it all over everywhere. I haven't seen Zoltar on billboards on the way to Coshada. I haven't been there in the last few months. That's not in August. And to see, are they trying to make their money back? Saying, hey, this is one of our wins, not pointing out that the next lowest progressive jackpot, or like next lowest any win in the last 15 months was 115,000. The next one down was 112,000. This is 4 times that. Yeah. And this is the sort of thing that you can learn, all kinds of things that you can learn from the data. Thank you, Paula. And comments back and forth with people. That is, what is a high profile slot, please? Watch my videos. There is, today I even showed it earlier. Here. What jumps out at you in this picture? Is it the overhang? If I were to turn around and look behind me taking this picture, it's an entrance. So a highly visible machine is pointed at people walking, entering, sitting and eating, all of those things. I appreciate the question, I do. But yes, that's a highly visible machine. The only question that you have is it which of these 4 machines is it? It's not all of them, it's one of them. Even though they look identical, the settings are not identical. This is not table games. This is not poker. This is not craps. This electronic setting is different, can be different for each, and probably is. It is different if one of them has been set to win, and because the others are not. It could be on a day when all of them are not set to win, and they just hope that people will play them because isn't that cool? I'm sort of sitting in a cave, and to the you can see the limit word on the upper left. That is the high limit room. So not only people coming out of the high limit room and people coming in that entrance, this is a highly visible corner. And behind it, under this cave, are other machines that are really high up and visible from a distance. So that's an example of what it looks like. I have not played at Club Cal Neva in downtown Reno. I've walked by. It does seem like a healthy smell coming out of the casino. Maybe some deep cleaning of the carpets might be in order. No. This is the best casinos. Oh my goodness. You have a diner where it's like, I can smell the bacon from here. There are signs. And I have not played at Cal Neva. I don't have much reason to play where I don't have permission to record. Go someplace where I have permission to record. And I haven't asked them, but I did do a walkthrough, and I'm kind of like, seemed a little small, and you had to go out and come in another door to go to the other section. And I was like, would you like me to do a demo video of it? Well, you would. But would everybody, see the vision, the picture I'm showing now? That's a wide open, floor plan. They put this casino in, I think, was it November or October last year, about a year now. So it's brand new, and it's just completely configurable. And Cal Neva seems to be kind of like, we can only do so much. And if I were to record, I'd want to do that. I want to say thank you to Johnny for the super sticker. And do I have, let's see here. What do I want? That. Did you say something and all that? No, it's thanks for being you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yes, if you're enjoying our time together here, please like this video so that we can influence the YouTube central server to encourage it to send more people our way, and that's fun. Hi, play and cash out. How are you? If you spam, you're gone. Not that you have. Hello. Bobo Breeze. This is the stuff I'm talking about. As I am growing more popular, we'll see people saying hello. Bobo, do you have any advice for what to do with people who hold the machine or say this machine is spoken for? So frustrating. I can't get on good machines sometimes. That is true. That is true. There is no recourse. Uh, um, I think it's rude to play 2-3 machines side by side at the same time, but nothing can be done. Yeah. Yeah. Some casinos say only for active players. I've seen labels on machines, only active players here. Peppermill has that on a bunch of their machines. And then you could go to the slot. If you have that at your casino, then you can go to a slot attendant and say, hey, they're not playing this machine. They're just holding it. What's going on? I'd like to play it. And they'll consider it. Yeah. And Johnny, you need to talk to Chuck. Yep, and Chuck noticed your comment, Johnny. Talk amongst yourselves. Right. So pin to black, there are machine tags. I think you said tags. Everywhere you go, some even playing 2 or 3 machine hogs. Okay. Everywhere you get some even playing 2 or 3 at a time. Yeah, if the casino doesn't say you can't do that, that's it. Yeah. I'm sorry, ACDC. It's not a fact, and just typing in capital doesn't make it a fact. It's an opinion. Show me data, and you don't have it. Watching for robots. These aren't the bots. These aren't the droids they're looking for. And he spent the time to see if he could find a lightsaber emoji. And yes, Cindy, I think I answered this question. Not across state line. There are some states that are very similar gaming regulations. It might be possible, but it's not like every casino in a state and every casino in another state. It's just the laws are not the same. Some are similar. So I suppose it might be possible somewhere, but in general, no. 5 spin method works whenever I want to have some fun. Got $100 to throw away. May win, may lose. That's all the same. Yeah, that's you're welcome. And what I like is to. Are you? What's okay? Somebody is kind of climbing down here to be right there. Kitty sighting again. Moves around a little bit. Yes. So you're welcome. And I always say the golden rule, only play with money that you can afford to lose, because it is still gambling. There was a point when I was pushing, you just go in and you win. And I've done it. Found casinos where I figured out how to win and then just do that. And it was boring. Just pushing a button, getting a paycheck, pushing a button, getting a paycheck, pushing a button, getting a paycheck. Don't know how much it's going to be. It's kind of like waitressing. I don't know what the tips are going to be, whether there's going to be a bus that shows up and I'm going to get that table, or if I'm not going to win anything at all, but it's just a matter of what it is. And I do like something of a challenge. I like to have fun. Yeah. Danny, good morning. Yep, there's a bunch of people here that are in Southern California. Mary Ellen said, did the hurricane affect you at all? Yes, there was a hurricane off the coast of California, which is the last time was in 1939, that landed on California, and it came up Nevada the night, tropical storm by that point. It crossed basically Las Vegas and then came up, and it crossed Las Vegas Pacific time about 8 o'clock, which is nearly midnight for you, for most. And I know for you, Mary Ellen, in Rhode Island. And during the night when I was sleeping, it was just going to graze Reno. But when I woke up the next morning, by about like 30 miles. When I woke up the next morning, I found it was 100 miles further east. I have friends over in that area, Wendover and stuff, and there's just there's so much rain. Yeah, you saw maybe some of the stuff coming out of Las Vegas. Everybody's talking among themselves. Thank you, Lincoln. I appreciate it. Question: can you show the last 3 months, 6 months for Las Vegas standalone? Yeah, I have that still open. So let's do that. So this is page 1. And you're looking for Clark County, and in Clark County, you said Las Vegas. I assume you mean the Strip, or do you mean downtown? And you can just go to professorslots.com/NV and go to theoretical payouts and return statistics and click this button, this link right here. Gaming revenue information, and that'll take you to this, which we will open to page 6, I think it is. Well, that's all of Clark County, and then broken down by different revenue. This is downtown, all downtown casinos, and these are the downtown casinos with certain revenue income ranges. And then that's still downtown. And then there's a Las Vegas Strip area. And if I highlight this so that you see slot machines for the 39 casinos, that's June 2023, the most recent available. This is 3 months. And that's 12 months. And so that answers your question. You might have to pause in order to be able to, I'll remove your comments so you can, and I'll remove me so you can see what those are, right? So this is the 1 month, this is the 3 month, this is the 12 month of most recently available. And you're looking for, at this column, the win percent, which is actually the casino win percent, more commonly known as the hold percent. Okay. Yes, I can show you that, and did. Why do I not like the 1 cent denomination? Because right here is the reason. Downtown, if you look at the 3 month average and the 12 month average, and the 12 month average, it is the worst denomination, and 25 cents is the second worst for a yearly average. It's 25 cents is sometimes this month worse than penny. That's pretty unusual to have anything worse than penny slots, and that's why I don't like it, because I've looked at this data for month after month, year after year, for the 7 U.S. states that offer slot machine returns by monthly returns by slot machine denomination, and it's rare to see it not be the worst. If it isn't the worst, it's the second worst. So, hey, if you want to improve your slots play, that's one change you can make anywhere. Let's see. My voice is starting to give out. Let me see if there's any last questions. Please use hashtag question. Larry has a question. Assuming the casino is highly profitable over the 4 days of the Labor Day weekend, how would this influence the casino's accounting practices early in the morning after a busy night? Okay, so are there going to be people on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday after Labor Day? Are there going to be a whole lot of people at the casino? The answer is no. So if they mess up the accounting, if they give back too many wins on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, how are they going to recover? It's going to take a week. But if instead, for the prior day, which takes about 4 hours to calculate how much they're ahead or if they've hit their financial performance metrics around 4 o'clock in the morning, they know how they did the previous day, and they deliberately didn't change the odds to fall just a little short of what they wanted to give back to people, so that they're on the safe side of the accounting. So they're not in trouble for when nobody's there the next 5 days. And so then they give back just as much as they need to give back the next morning after a busy day. And they do that each of those 4 days. And that's how they get it right and not make a mistake, because there is no good way to recover from making a mistake, and it's not something they're going to gamble with. And that's why the next morning works right. Now, maybe they don't need to. Maybe they guessed right and they don't have to give money back. But you can go and you can see. Good on them if they can, get it right. But they have that approach just to make sure that they're not hurt, because that is just a no-no. Yeah, they're not going to mess with their profits, with their performance metrics. They're going to use a method which works, and that's how. I agree completely. I've had the hardest time doing my demo videos and not just hitting the button, the bet button again to bring the whole video thing slamming to a halt and finding the result, getting the next one. I have to let it play out, even if I have 20 minutes of a bonus round. And I'm like, oh, my arm's getting tired holding up my camera. And just why? Because I'm not trying to halt what's called the roll up. Yeah. And turning down I usually have noise suppression earplugs in my ears, so I don't have to worry too much about the audio. Do I have any thoughts on doing group polls? If you want to do a group poll, great. I participated in them. I've had to sign legal documents that made sure that everybody was protected. I know what those look like. Sounds like a legal hassle to me. I'm certainly not organizing any of them. One of the things that I'm being asked to be careful about when I've given permission to record is please don't interrupt casino operations with a crowd. That's conditions of my getting permission. And so group polls would be like that. So I'm not working on getting crowds. But you can do a group poll. Yeah, knock yourself out. I enjoyed it when I did it. It was a bunch of table game players, a bunch of podcasters. You can bet on that. Mark Duvall and Dr. Mike were there at Foxwoods. A bunch of others, some of which are still podcasting, some of which left and then came back. They were table game players, but they decided to do a poll. Eric Rosenthal, whom you may have heard of if you listen to the podcast, organized it for everybody. Good on him. Everybody paid $100 or in increments of $100. I put in $200. and when they started it, one of the considerations you have to have is who gets the taxes. Let's say you win a hand pay. Who gets the W2G? All these table game players, right? It's a crowd of like 50. There's a picture I could show you on one of my websites for Foxwoods, right? Maybe I can quickly bring that up for you just to show you what Eric Rosenthal looks like. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Oops. Do that. Do that. There we go. And I'll make this bigger. Foxwoods. And did I want to go up? Yep, there it is. Yeah. That's Cousin Vito from Cousin Vito podcast. That's his cousin Mike, Eric Rosenthal. We're all standing around, and some guy couldn't make it, so they made a little head cutout right there, right over there. And we were playing these machines. And before we got started, they said, who wants the W2G? And nobody agreed to accept the W2G because they're all table game players and they usually don't get W2Gs. But I had already had 50 that year. So I was like, I'll do it. What's one more? And that's one of the major differences I saw with between table game players and slots players. W2Gs happen. Yeah. R says, thanks, Professor Slot's Advantage play works. Someone left 2 gold coins, can't think of slot name, with 2 spins left, and I turned it into a $300 bonus. I'm playing at Class 2 Casino Bingo. Yeah, be careful about using other people's money. Be very careful about that. Ron says, is Class 2 bingo machines harder to win on? I like it when all these things are going on with Class 3 machines because we can use them to take advantage of the casino. And we do. Class 2 machines are actually quite a bit harder to take advantage of. There's some Class 2 machines have basically you're playing. You may not know this. There's so much people don't know about slot machines, but it's also true for Class 2 bingo machines. You're playing a bingo game, electronic version of a bingo game with a bunch of other people. That's why you try to play at like 2:00 in the morning and nobody's in the casino. And it's like, we need more players. Error message comes up. Can't make a bet. We need more players. So it's a quorum, in other words, that you can use, that they use. And so you're playing a game with people and with a bunch of other people. And that game progresses and then starts again. And during that time, you have a bingo card. And on some of these machines, you can switch bingo cards. What you're looking to do is, as it gets towards the end of the game, has all the big wins been won, or have they not been won? And how you go about doing that is a little more detailed. Basically, you sit there and watch the game being played on the machine that you're sitting at, waiting for it to get close to the end when there's a bunch of wins that haven't been won, and then you play. And that's one way to win on bingo machines. I'll leave it at that. Are they harder to win on? Just understand that it's different. There are some Class 3 machines, like in the state of Washington, which are very hard to win but that's only in the state of Washington because they're unique. Bingo machines harder. Well, don't try class 3 strategies on class 2 machines. Play the game you're playing. Question from Danny: any news at all regarding record high income for Las Vegas casinos? Any relief coming in your opinion, or sucker born every minute? I don't know what this has to do with anything. Record high income. I was reading the details of it, and if you have more people going to the casino and 90% of the money coming in goes back, doesn't matter if there's more revenue than usual because 90% still went back. So there's an assumption that people make by seeing the record high income, and I'm like, it doesn't mean people are winning less. I mean, that's what our casinos do, but that's not what's happening in Las Vegas. More people are going to Las Vegas. More people are spending money. They're getting back the same percentages because we just looked at all the data and it's giving back the same percentages. So this is not a bad thing. Well, one bad thing is I've been meeting people who are like, Las Vegas is so crowded. That's a bad thing. If you don't like, if you can't get on the machine. So a lot of people have been coming to Reno. Absolutely, Chris. Johnny, politeness is good, rudeness is bad. And let's see, August is having a supermoon this week. Enjoy the energy. Thank you, Magpie. I've gone way over this time. I'm glad you reassure me, R. Thank you for the great show, and what a great live stream. I'll see you next Saturday at noon Eastern. In the meantime, I highly recommend that you watch this video, this demonstration video from a local casino here in Reno. Have a great time, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.